of 2025. This is Miss Godwin, and it is time for us to start looking at course selections for your upcoming 10th grade year. You should have in front of you right now a yellow sheet of paper that looks like this, so your teacher should have passed out to you already. This is going to help you in deciding on classes, certain classes that you want to take for your 10th grade year. As you know, there are certain classes that you have to take, such as you need an English class, a math class, a science, and a history class. So as you will notice on this yellow sheet that the first class listed is English. So looking at your English classes, you should be looking at where you can determine either regular English 2 or you can look at honors English 2. Looking at class 2 for the science, you can choose one of the following that is there. There's biology, honors biology, or honors physical science, depending on what you took your 9th grade year. Okay, class 3 is the math class. You have options of taking Algebra 1B, geometry, honors geometry, or possibly you could be looking at taking honors Algebra 2 for your 10th grade year. Looking at the history class, every 10th grader needs to be taking a world history. Your options are regular world history or world history honors. The class 5, we'll talk about that in just a second, but let's go back to these 4 core classes that you need for your 10th grade. Some of you are taking English 1 this school year. And let's say that you would like to, you made really good grades in English 1, and you would possibly want to take an honors class next school year. Well, this is something you might want to look at. And if that's the case, talk to your current English teacher about it, have them look at it over with you, have them sign off on it, take it home, have a guardian, someone at the house look at it with you and initial off that you possibly would want the honors portion. Same thing with the science and the math or the world history. So now let's go to class 5, the electives. All right, we've got different electives here. We've got the health science, the engineering and design, culinary, the computer, ag. These classes here, depending on what you took your 9th grade year, you might have been in the health science program your 9th grade year. You want to continue, so look at the next class that you would like to take. Same thing with engineering and design. Culinary, those of you that enjoyed the culinary classes 9th grade year, if you want to continue there, you might want to look at taking Culinary Arts 1. You've got the computer classes as well, and the ag. Some 9th graders, I know when you were in 9th grade this year, some of you took the Ag Foundations class, and next school year for your 10th grade year, you might want to take Agritech 1. We do have a new class that we're going to be offering next school year. It's going to be the education class, so you'll see it here. It's Intro to Teaching Profession. So for those of you that are looking at possibly going into the teaching field after high school, this is a great class for you to start taking. It's going to give you information, just kind of give you the foundations of teaching, the teaching profession. And there will be opportunities that you will be able to go over to possibly the K-8 school and shadow a teacher and work with the younger students over there. So like I said, if you're looking at possibly going into the education field after high school, this would be a great start for you to go ahead and lay that foundation and get the information needed. All right, classes 6 and 7. They're here. If you notice, you've got some PE classes that you can look at. Some of you are wanting to possibly take an athletic PE. And it says here you must be on the coach's list. So if you're looking at taking an athletic PE of some sort, you need to write down the sport, talk to the coaches and see if it's going to be available and what can be done there. Performing fine arts is another one. It's got some students that are in band. If you wish to continue with band, you've got an option here. You've got music of the world is a class. This class covers different music of the world that Mr. Williams teaches, and this also will help get your performing fine arts credit for graduation. There are also others. You've got speech, you've got painting that you possibly could look at wanting to take your 10th grade year, drawing. Driver's ed. If you were not able to take driver's ed your 9th grade year and you've recently turned 15 and would like to get into the driver's ed class your 10th grade year, this is something you can look at. Just make sure that you write in the date that you turned 15, your birth date here, because you have to have your learner's permit before you can actually start taking the class. All right, other options is foreign languages. If you're looking at pursuing a degree, a college degree after high school, it is a great choice to go ahead and start looking at taking your foreign language class. You could look at doing that because you have to have at least 2 years of a foreign language. You could take Spanish, and there's other foreign languages offered. Now, another thing that we need to keep in mind as well, the FSA that you're going to take in May will determine if you have to take the intensive reading or the intensive math class, especially if you're in the algebra class and you're taking the algebra EOC at the end of this school year. So depending on how you score, there's a possibility that you might be placed in either the intensive reading or the intensive math class. If you have any other questions, please ask your teacher. I'm going to be in the classroom to help each one of you later next week, and your teacher can give you those dates and times that I will be there. Like I said, if you have any other questions, just please ask your teacher. Thanks.